Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Good morning and welcome. This is AM News on Adoatv Television. My name is Nanya Macolison. In our top stories this morning, Ghana is to sign on to a central identity register for mobile phones. This is coming from Madam Esla Owusu Ekufu. Also coming up, COVID-19 restrictions. The Ghana Education Service direct all schools to suspend the 64th independence anniversary. Coming up in business, credit facility for businesses distressed in repayment. We've got details of these and more coming up in the next 30 minutes. Please be my guest. Hello again. Let's settle for the details now. The Communications and Digitization Minister Designate, Madam Esla Owusu Ekufu, said Ghana is close to signing onto a global central identity registry to better safeguard the use of mobile phones. This would be a byproduct of the policy to have all SIM cards registered. She has already indicated that the register would be connected to the Global System for Mobile Phone Communications Association. She said this when he was being vetted in Parliament over the week.
Yes, okay. Let me go back to that as well. That platform, which is owned by government, can also be leveraged to provide other services, and that's what is really exciting about that. As part of the contract, every 5 years, and I think this year will be 5 years, they have to upgrade the entire system architecture and provide more up-to-date equipment if the technology has moved on. That technology can also be leveraged to provide other services. And I spoke about the SIM registration and the equipment identity registration. The common platform is going to form the basis on which we are going to leverage all of that. So we don't have to procure expensive architecture to conduct the service again. We already own it. In addition to that, looking at the data generated from it, we can even use it to decide where to put our roads, transportation analysis. We can use the information generated to even do a lifestyle audit of the amount of monies that are flowing in and out of their mobile wallets. It can give you an indication of the revenues that they earn and can be a guide to revenue officials. We can use it, it has national security possibilities as well. That can be utilized for anti-terrorism purposes. It can generate all kinds of reports on individuals and systems detailing telecommunications and mobile applications where possible. Now, as the minister responsible for data protection as well, it is the data generated by these platforms which is valuable, not the individuals who own those, who generate that data. And so we'll be working with anonymized data so we can analyze it and utilize it for general purposes. You can look at the average revenue per user, profiles, and charts, and all of that.
In that report is Minister Designate for Communication and Digitization, Madam Esla Owusu Ekufu. Let's move on to COVID-19 related stories. And the Office of the Chief of Staff and President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has directed this year's 6th March celebration, and all its related activities would be cancelled. The directive, in line with the presidential measures of avoiding large gatherings as the country continued to deal with COVID-19 pandemic. Subsequently, in a press statement dated 15 February, the office said the Ghana Education Service has suspended the 64th anniversary celebrations nationwide. To this effect, all metropolitan, municipal and district education directors and all heads of schools have, through the regional education directors, have been asked to comply with this directive.
Schools across the country have been ordered by the Ghana Education Service to suspend the celebration of this year's 6th March parade across the country. This instruction follows a press release from the Ghana Education Service on Monday, February 15, stating that the decision to suspend all 6th March activities is as a result of the spike in the country's COVID-19 cases. The letter, which was signed by the Deputy Director General of the service, Anthony Boateng, also stated that, and I quote, "Consequently, management of the Ghana Education Service wishes to inform all regions that the 64th Independence Anniversary Parade on the 6th of March 2021 has been suspended." The GES explained that all schools must comply with the directive and inform authorities and governmental institutions about the directive. The statement by GES comes on the back of a letter signed by the Chief of Staff and the President of the Republic directing the suspension of this year's Independence Day celebration and all its related activities in regions, metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies across the country, dated 11 February 2021. The news team further spoke to Divine P, an educational advocate on the development.
For some of us, it is expected because with case count increasing day in, day out, it will be too risky to still ask students and the general public portion of them to congest at different places, whether at the district level, regional level, or the national level, to observe 6 March pass. It will be too risky, knowing very well that we are being to COVID moves when we move, and more especially when we are at a place of congestion and where we are preaching social distancing or physical distancing. There will be no rationale in asking that students and military services or the security personnel will come to Independence Square or at the regional level to observe March past, which itself will be, over the years we have been questioning the relevance of March past on 6 March. We feel that, look, what is the essence? Asking students, letting students across the country to go to district level, regional level, and then the national level to just March past, and then we say we have celebrated independence. Some of them proud to some certain time have to be under the scorching sun, and we've seen some of them also fainting. All this, we don't know what actually the significance of the March past is in the current era. Earlier on, we may feel that yes, when initially Ghana had independence, we were excited and everybody was very happy that Ghana has attained independence. And then the idea of 6 March, everyone has been looking forward to it because it was so exciting to finally be on your own. And people, they believe that is a way of engendering a patriotism in citizens. So all of those things were happening. But now, that significance of March past is no more there anymore. So I believe over the years, the March past has lost its significance, and again, going to congratulate ourselves and
move away from COVID-19 related stories. The growing rate of unemployment and low wages has led to the rising concern of which job can cater for the ordinary Ghanaian with good qualifications. One would assume that a job in an air-conditioned office, but the truth is some of these jobs do not pay much as they look. A job of a typewriter shockingly could be the remedy. There is more in the following report.
A typist and a typewriter are inseparable. The beauty of this antique of a machine is the sound it produces as one clicks on its keys. It was introduced into the world in the year 1890 by Sir Christopher Latham Sholes, making him the first typist and his invention the first of its kind. Sir Samuel W. Soul, Carlos Gliding, and John Pratt are all contending to be inventors of the typewriter. A typist, on the other hand, is a person who operates a typewriter, pressing the keys made up of both alphabets and numerals. One has to have a reservoir of vocabulary and fast fingers to be in this profession. An ink, ribbon, and a paper are the major materials this machine needs to effectively operate. Here in Accra, one is likely to chance on several experienced typists within the central business district in Accra and its surroundings, particularly the law school, the Accra post office, among other places. My team and I were privileged to profile some of them, and here was what they disclosed.
Is a typewriter, and today I am a typist. As difficult as this job might be, it comes with so much flair and originality, from how the keyboards are arranged alphabetically and the sound this machine makes is something everyone from the old ages can resonate to. Today, the advent of technology has made it very difficult for you to see a typical typist typing with a typewriter. There are very few of them in Accra and in Ghana. And today we are here at Accra Post Office, where we are fortunate to find some women and men, for that matter, using a typewriter, and they are called typists. We are here to have a discussion with them.
Oh, I've been in the job for so many years, over 40 years. Well, initially, this type of work is not for amateurs. That's the young people. Unless you have the experience in writing, in framing words, because in the olden days, they established this work for the illiterate to come, so that we write their letters. Okay. You see that the illiterate they can't write. Okay. So if they come, we have to get an experienced person who can write it very well. So it is really for those who are really experienced in their job. Before you get the license from the judicial service, you have to apply to the High Court. Okay. If you apply, they will call you for interview. Okay. Before they approve it. If they approve it, you will be sworn in, but the Chief Justice. Then they issue you with a certificate to operate. So it is not a work that you just find a machine, then go and sit down and do it. No. Beneficial. Oh yes, it is through this. It is through this work I've been able to look after my children. Yes.
Okay. Mr. James Yosan Kwanzaa goes on to tell me one needs to be trained, certified, and sworn in by the Chief Justice to be a typist. Fortunately, I was blessed with the presence of a typewriter technician, and he shares with me some challenges these machines.
Let's join us. You're watching AM News on Adoatv Television with me, Nanya Macaulay, and let's do some business news now. Getting a loan for businesses is one of the key things we consider in keeping the business on its toll in terms of capital, but oftentimes managing and repayment becomes an issue. The purpose of this report is to educate the large sections of market women who often go for loans and are found wanting in terms of repayment. There is more in the following report.
Light fishing involves the use of lights attached to structures above water or suspended underwater to attract fish to specific.
Loan payment can be difficult sometimes. Okay, but for a loan payment to be difficult is because of some basic mistakes that are made. Some take it for import reasons, like to collect their goods from the port. Others take it for business expansions and for several personal reasons. The cost of the loan should be determined by how much you can pay as an individual. What you can pay is also determined by what you earn in the period from what you are going to do. So you shouldn't go in for a loan that you cannot pay. And you shouldn't make your cash flow look so good just to please the bank to give you money. Because at the end of the day, it's you that is going to pay. If it was just made to please the bank, how do you fund it then? How do you pay for it then? Those are the mistakes that some of these markets women do. So we go in and just cook up figures and make things look so nice, take it to the banks and get the money. Now you have the money. How do you pay back? So the collateral that you are going to lose is one thing that should be so dear to you, that you focus on the repayment before you even going for it. And the guarantors, you shouldn't just take anybody as a guarantor. Your guarantor should be someone who knows exactly what they are going to do for you. Someone who can bail you out at the end of the day. Someone who understands what they are doing. So if you, the market woman, you don't know the details on this whole thing, you can't go in for someone who knows better as a guarantor if the person is willing to be.
The cost of the loan will be determined on how much you pay as an individual. Traders in the Central Business District share their thoughts.
Lower enawa ajaka beni yako 150 million niji chuchu blema shika 25,000 1,500 ni yako anukwale pay mo in pay 24,400 enawa ewa mi lo ka jinyako ni na ka jatune ni yawo ya loya ni noni ka wo noni manna yese ni anukwa lo enko shika na ka noni ka wo shika ni yako interest ni ba kanu e ba nye shame interest shika no ele manye mako e wa gbene na kan 6 months ni ma hie shika noni ka ba tun profit agbene be mi no mi be mi pay le fiofio o mi ibu akunta kaji ni ka ba tun se na mo ba ye nko
no me jide me back to school etimi ye serious ye duma tin said the ya ni omo si mi tua no na mi tua ni da bia omo ba me nya de ama wo etimi timi tua ntabe nya bring na zo me from omo ma me learn the offer.
Bring you updates of these stories in our subsequent bulletin. Meanwhile, you can visit our website www.adwanewsonline.com. From me and the rest of the team, we'll see you again tomorrow. Stay with us on AM Ghana Show as to deliberate on real issues bothering Ghana. My name is Na Anyama Collison. Thank you for watching. Please, as always, stay safe. Good morning.